Well, I see our first find of the day. Can you see it? A horseshoe. A little one too. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of bedrock right here, so we may do well. I see a snapper. You didn't see us yet. I guess he saw us finally. It's pretty good size. Glad he didn't bite me in the leg. There he goes. Well, I just found this neat hatchet head. You can see they broke it. That's probably why they threw it away. It's actually quite delicate. It's not a very thick or heavy one. Interesting. We'll save that one too. Alright, which one of you guys lost this phone? Let me know and I'll send it back to you. I'm not sure what kind that is. It's amazing what you find in these little creeks and rivers. I just found a little dumping area right here. I don't know how old it is. The bricks look really old, and I see some indication that it might be like post-1960 or pre-1960. This is a cool little weight I just found. I'm not sure. It had a hook on top, I broke it off, but it's made out of lead. That's copper right there, but this is lead inside, so someone poured lead in here for a weight. That just fell off, so that's gone. We might I'll carry this out of here, but I'm not going to carry this with me right now. Too heavy. All kinds of little things in here. What do you think that is? Something to do with electricity, no doubt. I saw something else that was interesting too, just before I picked up that lead thing, but I don't see it now. Oh well. But yeah, look at all the bricks. These are older bricks. So there's something along the bank here, or maybe they just use it for a dumping area. I'm just trying to see if I can eyeball anything old. I'm trying to get a feel for the age of this spot. That could be old. That's an old handle off like a tub probably. But some of this glass isn't old. I guess isn't old for sure, I don't think. Nah, that's not old. There's a lot of it in here. Alright, I really want to go upstream from here. A beer can. Some more pieces of iron. A lot of raccoon tracks in here. Alright. We'll just keep moving on. Actually, there's a Civil War camp just up around the bend here. And that's where I want to go. Well, I think there's a Civil War camp there. I'm not 100% on that. But we're going to find out if they threw anything in the water anyway. Ooh, that's old. That one looks older. What do you think? Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's all cattywampus. The neck on that thing. I'm not even sure what kind of bottle that was. I guess it's an older one. It could have been melted in the fire, I suppose, but I'm not sure about that. I leave those two things here. Maybe some kid will pick them up. Or I'll get them when I come back. Just kind of depends. Very strange. A lot of bricks, though. There's a little area right here. Very strange. We'll come back here after we go upriver. I want to go there first. I'm just upstream from the bricks, and you can see there's a milk bottle top there, so that's not very old. And it's a stopper out of a sink or something there. Mason jar lid stuff. So that's not old at all. This whole dump is probably not old. You can see where some kids are playing. Looks almost like a little sluice or something for gold. Now this is kind of weird. Looks like somebody had a nice meal here. You got some mussels. You got some cardad, I guess. A couple rocks. Kind of weird. Thing is, these look like they were cooked. I'd say they were. That's a promising little find. I'm not sure what it is. Some type of big cast iron spike. Or not cast iron, but hand forged iron. But there's also a lot of beer cans in here. You can see one right there. So we have to be a little bit picky about the signals we get, or actually dig, because I can't. Well, you don't want to be digging beer cans all day, even though they sound like really good stuff. If we get into an area where we actually start finding some bullets and things, and we'll dig all those signals too. But right now we're just sticking to the big iron and, you know, well, just about everything really. I'll dig it. Pretty sure this is a piece off of like a harness or hames. I kind of recognize that end right there, but I'm not 100% on it. Fairly certain it's horse related. Cool. Boar! Boy, oh boy, I'm full of joy. Guess what I just found? Can you guess? I wish I'd gotten on video for you, but I've been digging so much iron I kind of quit filming all that stuff. I'll let you I can't talk. I'll let you take, it's really hot today, it's like 95. I'll let you take a peek at it underwater. Get ready. Now, I don't have my snorkel with me, so you hold your breath. Now you know what that is, don't you? Sure you do. This is a Civil War artillery shell. You know, from the American Civil War, if I can get it off the pick. Wow, look at that. Not exactly sure what that is. It's of parrot design, but I'm not 100% that it's going to be federal on that. Base looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Wow, that's nice. Nice. I'm not sure what that is for the year. Well, listen. I find my first shell that, you know, of the day, and first one for weeks, and there's a thunderstorm coming. Did you hear that thunder? Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure what that is, like 14 or 15 this year so far. We're not going to let a little high voltage scare us off, are we? At least not yet. Let's keep looking in this area right here. Sometimes when there's one, there's more. More! That's a weird little doodad. Imagine that's some type of decoration. It's cast iron. It's like a giant key almost, doesn't it, that's broken off. Yeah, I can't save that, unfortunately, because I have one shell, and hopefully we're going to have a bunch more soon, although I've not found any more, and I've been looking around for 10 minutes now. But the shell is actually up in that area over there, and I'm just kind of going back and forth again over this area that I've already hunted once, just to make sure, so we don't have to come back. Alright, this is quiz time for you. Do you know what this is? You've seen me find them before. I'm not going to tell you, but I want you to try to guess. Sometime later in the video, I'll tell you what it is, if I remember. Last look. Alright, so do you know what this is? This is something I've found quite a few of in my travels, and I always show them to you. I'm going to tell you. This is the part of a pot, a cast iron pot. Those two little projections that look like horns are actually two of the legs. It would have had 3 legs. One's broken off. And these things can date, you know, easily into the 1700s or 1800s. And it's really cool. I love finding these things because you know you're always or are close to something. Because this did not wash down from anywhere above. Something like this would just settle right where it was thrown. And guess what? That's where I found the shell, right down there. So maybe there's a sword in here. A sword. A sword would be nice too. I'd settle for that. Not sure what this is. I know it's not a hammer. I wouldn't have this thing on it, but it's interesting. I'm not going to be able to keep it though, so I got too much stuff already. Our only memory of this is going to be on this video. But if you know what it is, I'll come back and get it if it's something cool. That's right where I found it. That's kind of neat. This is some sort of fire grate. You can see it's been burned. It's heated up real hot. Turns that color, iron will. I thought I might have a shell, but it was reading pretty skippy, so I didn't turn the camera on, and I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it wasn't a shell, but then I turned it on anyway, so oh well. Storm's getting louder, guys. I hear it rumbling. That's a pretty neat little eyeball find. Some type of old croc. Oops. Slippery croc. I don't suspect that's a really old one, though. It doesn't feel that old, but it's pretty. I like it. Let's go back here. Somebody else can find it later on. I just found that piece of crockery behind me, and the further up I'm going along the stream, I'm seeing all kinds of little pieces of broken pots and stuff, which is kind of cool. And there's tons of metal right here, so you never know what could be mixed in with this metal. This is obviously a dump of some sort. It's the top to an old bottle. I wonder how old that is. Can you tell? Let's pull it up and look at it. Let's see. Doesn't look particularly old, does it? Looks 1900s to me. That's not necessarily a deal killer on a spot like this, because you never know what the farmer might have thrown away. There's a big chunk of iron. I can see some more straps in here too, so it could be some good bottles. There could be some old piece of Civil War stuff that the farmer had that he cleaned out of his barn. You just never know. Another strap here. Unfortunately, my metal detector is acting up on me, and there's a storm coming. So between the two, I probably won't be able to stay here too much longer. Or I might be able to just hold on by a thread, and if I can do that, I will, because this is the last time I'm going to be able to get here for about 2 weeks, probably, because I have to go home tonight. I'm on a 3-day trip, and I have a long drive, so I won't be back down this way probably for at least another 2 to 3 weeks at the earliest. But it is a promising spot, that's for sure. Listen. It's getting closer. See, there's a bunch of bottles right in here. I mean, they're mostly screw tops, but there is one cork top right there. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, that's definitely not that old, is it? Let's look at the cork top bottle. It's an old medicine bottle. I can't quite read it. Sawyer's Extracts. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save it. It's small. I can just put that in my pocket. Not sure about this storm though. I'm going to scoot if it gets close, I think. Well, I don't know. We're just starting to find stuff, so yeah, we'll see. Hang in there with me. If it gets too scary, we'll crawl up underneath the bank here or in the bushes somewhere. There's a lot of mason jar lids in here, and I'm seeing lots of little bottles, but they're... Someone told me people collect these. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know where there's a bunch of them. If someone does, there's a little tiny bottle over here. It's a little screw top. I'm not going to keep that either. So another bottle back here. And like an old mayonnaise jar or something. There's a plate there and a bunch of other stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and move on upstream. Of course, you can never have a hunt without a little nest of beer bottles. Lovely. Is that Miller High Life? I think so. I used to drink that when I was a kid. Just upstream here, I saw a little muskrat that was eating a branch, but I guess he swam off. Yeah. Man, that's a big old cottonwood. Looks like it was exploded by a lightning bolt. We're just getting into the area that I really wanted to hit too, so this is very unfortunate, but we might just hang out up here underneath one of these little cedar trees, one of the short ones. If it gets too juicy. Alright, that's poison ivy, by the way. Let's see if I can find my pick. I heard it hit the water. Alright, let's get back at it. Yeah, it's starting to rain. Found a piece of a plow or something just now too. Hi, yeah. A lot of farm stuff in this area where I'm at, and I really would like to stay here, but hopefully this stuff will blow over, you know, in a half hour, 45 minutes. It's gonna get cold. The reason it gets so cold when we have these storms, of course, is these raindrops are up like 30, 40,000 feet. And they may have even been ice when they were formed. So when they fall down through the atmosphere, it's very, very cold. The rain's cold. And they drag the cold air with it. Alright. Well, I don't hear any lightning. Yeah, let's keep at it until we hear a close crack, and then we'll go hide. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and call it quits. It's rained hard enough now, the water's gonna start coming up, and there's still some lightning. It's getting a little closer than it was, I think, so let's head out of here. We'll come back another day, I promise you. Sorry about the short hunt, but at least we did get one shell. That was pretty cool. We'll see you next time. Almost forgot that thing that I found that I was asking if you knew what it was. It's a broken head of an axe. Alright, that's really it for now. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Hey.